It's been a while since I recorded a video, but I thought I'd start the new year with a new project. So once a week I'm going to sit down in my studio and tell you a little bit about what I've been doing. This year started the way the last 3 years have started for me, in the Japanese Alps, doing some skiing. It's been another slow start. There's not as much snow as you'd expect, and I'm hoping it'll be a bit better when I go back next time. In fact, the lack of snow was really kind of noticeable on the train trip back. Fast train from Hakuba to Shinjuku, and a lot of areas that I would have expected to see plenty of snow on the ground covering the rice fields. Really, I don't know, it looked like late summer or spring or something. It was kind of bleak, I suppose. Hard not to think about what all that means. Generally, the train trips back to Japan are kind of a quiet time. I use that first trip back to think a lot about the year, and I usually arrive back in Tokyo in a bit of a kind of dreamlike daze. This year I was thinking a lot about the fact that 2016 was kind of a tough year for me, but also a year where I clarified a lot about the kind of work I wanted to do. The challenge I felt was being a little bit more clear about how I shared my week to week. And so this video, I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to try and just sort of show you a little bit of what I do. Not so much behind the scenes or how-to projects, just kind of showing you around my little slice of Tokyo. It was good this week to be back in Tokyo Hands. Just a brief visit to pick up a couple of boxes and a couple of bits and pieces, but I always find walking around there just really inspiring. Also this week I was back in the studio finishing a project I started towards the end of last year, building a little DIY, kind of half DIY, half assembled Bluetooth amplifier kit for my bedroom. The electronics are not that difficult, and the soldering is all pretty straightforward. Using a new soldering iron, so I'm trying to get used to how that works. But it was good to do a little woodworking project for the first time in a while. I've been inspired by a bunch of YouTube videos, especially people like Jimmy DiResta. And it was also an opportunity to use a Japanese hand plane for the first time. So next week I'll show you a little bit more of that as I'm finishing the build and sort of finishing the box and putting it together and assembling it. Being the new year, there wasn't a lot coming in the mail today or this week, but I did get an Adafruit Infinity Shred Data Dealer synth kit. Pretty excited about this little thing. I think I've been wanting to try and buy some stuff from Adafruit for a while. They have some great stuff for music making kits, and you can see me here just kind of unboxing this kit. And pulling out some of the bits and pieces. I was really impressed with the way Adafruit packaged everything for the kit and the way everything was labelled. I'm hoping that all the bits and pieces are there. It's always a bit of a challenge when you get a kit. You worry about whether all the stuff is going to be there. But it looks pretty solid. I was impressed by the circuit boards. There's two pretty heavy-duty circuit boards that come with it. A whole bunch of bits and pieces, and it's going to be a nice bit of practice and fun putting this together. So you'll probably see that, I guess, in a couple of weeks in one of my videos. And finally, I mean, if you like this, if you'd like to see more, please let me know. I think I'm going to do these on a week by week basis. And anyway, it's just good to have my feet back in Tokyo again. And I got plenty to share with you. So please, usual sort of stuff, subscribe, give me some comments. Let me know if you'd like to see more.